Hello, everybody. Good morning or starting of the afternoon, depending on where you are. We're going to continue to let some people pour in here as everybody's kind of jumping in. But wanted to first off say happy holidays to everybody. Whether you've already started Thanksgiving a month ago if you're up in Canada, or you're getting ready for Thanksgiving, or whatever you like to celebrate, we're so honored that you guys are spending a little bit of time with us. So first and foremost, while people continue to hop in here, we're going to do a little bit of housekeeping stuff real quick. First and foremost, if you've hopped on a webinar with us before, I'm sure you know about a couple of these features, but we just want to make sure you guys are aware. The chat feature. We have some amazing people, including ourselves, who are going to be monitoring the chat. So if you're already in here, start chatting in where you're joining us from. We always love seeing the different places that people are visiting us and watching with us today. So feel free to open that chat. Start letting us know where you're from. We already see Hermosa Beach, Ontario. That's amazing. This is great. So do that. Keep chatting things in throughout this whole webinar. If you have really important questions, we do also have a Q&A feature on here. And the reason I want to point that out is because Alexa and Mandy here at BombBomb are going to be monitoring that throughout this entire webinar. There can be a lot of stuff, as you can see, rolling through chat. And so we don't want those questions to be lost at all. Yep. As we're talking through all this stuff. So open up that Q&A. We'll be monitoring that really closely and can answer some of those questions. If it's an important one that we're seeing come up a lot, Alicia and I will even address that as we're talking through everything. So use those features though. We love to hear feedback. We love to make sure that we're touching base on all of those sort of things.
Yeah, so we do have Alexa and Mandy that will be hanging out in chat as well as answering questions. So they will answer some of those questions as we go, and then they'll definitely leave some of those more important questions that, not saying your questions aren't important, but the ones that really apply to the entire audience. We'll definitely save some time for those. Yes, Bruce, this is being recorded. We always send out the recording of the webinar. After the webinar is over, we'll send out the recording and any support links so that you have all the info you need there.
Well, of course, we want to make sure you guys all get to see my Christmas sweater. I don't know why it has unicorns on it, but it does for some reason.
I kind of teased that we might wear Christmas sweaters, and then I
pulled up my end of the bargain on
this. I know. Listen, I have a good excuse. I've been traveling a lot.
That's true. That's true. You've been busy. And unicorns do freaking rock, Alan. You're absolutely right.
I love it. Yes, every time we say Alexa, the Amazons open up. We get this every single webinar. I don't think Alexa is going to change her name for you all. You might need to just mute your Amazon.
Turn it down.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, hopefully we don't start ordering things for you on your Amazon.
That would be kind of fun.
That's not part of the agenda today. So.
All right, well, we're going to jump in here. We're a couple minutes after the top of the hour. So just going to go over exactly what we're going to cover today. We're going to cover just a little bit on why video for the holidays. I know you guys all believe in video because you're here, or at least you're interested in video. Maybe you haven't jumped in and taken the leap yet. So we're going to talk a little bit about why video for the holidays. We're going to give you some quick tips to make sure that those videos are nice and polished and you're ready to do those. We're going to give you 3 holiday emails to set you up for success, the 3 best emails that you could do this time of year. And then of course we will address those next steps.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
So first and foremost, you guys, like Alicia mentioned, you hear us talk about why video all the time. We know why video is impactful, but what we wanted to cover a little bit this time is, why is it so impactful on the holidays? Why is this such an important time of year? Well, I was recently reading an article. Michael Kay wrote it. It was on Inc.com. You can find it on there. But Michael Kay is actually the founder and president of Financial Life Focus. And what I loved about it is he addressed kind of the heart and soul of why the holidays are so powerful for this type of communication. And as you can see there, he said, how you express your gratitude speaks to who you are as a person. Showing your emotion isn't a weakness, it's a strength. It builds memorable bonds that transcend your business relationships. So if you start to think about how you've built your business, regardless of what industry you're in, it's all very relationship based, right? So whether we're continuing to work a pipeline of people or past clients or those sort of things, or whether we're meeting new people, it's how do we establish those relationships and maintain those relationships as well as possible. And gratitude is such an important aspect of this. He speaks more about it in the article itself, about how he thinks it's one of the most pivotal parts of growing and keeping a business up and running, but we don't think about it very much because there's so many, I'm going to use the word mundane. They're not always mundane, but so many tasks that you have to do to keep a business moving forward.
Yeah.
This is something that's so easy to forget throughout the year, but can be immensely impactful. And what better time to start doing that than holidays, than Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
It's called Thanksgiving. So it's an amazing opportunity to reach out to the people that are around you and let them know how you feel about them in that manner.
Yeah. Well, and you know, gratitude is one of my favorite topics. If you've sat in one of my sessions before, or gone to a breakout, or even if you follow me on social media, you'll see that this is something that I talk about all the time, because it's not just about what it does for our businesses, which matters. Practicing gratitude actively increases your social capital, which is really a fancy way of saying it gets people to do what you want them to do. But that's not the reason why you should practice gratitude. The reason why you should practice gratitude is that it's good for all of us, right? So there's so much research, scientific research on some of the things that gratitude does. And my kids always like to tell me that it's just my hippie stuff, but it's actual science. So some of the things that gratitude actually does scientifically for you, it increases endorphins, which I think we can all benefit from more endorphins, especially around the busy time of year. It helps you sleep better. It reduces anxiety and depression. It gives you the ability to think more clearly under pressure. It changes the way your heart functions. It changes the way your brain functions. So there is so many benefits to practicing gratitude just in your personal life. There's no reason why you wouldn't want to just take a couple minutes and practice some of those steps of gratitude. But even more so, it's such a great opportunity to invite your sphere of influence, the people that you work with, the people that are building your business, that are going to keep coming back to you and bring you referrals and bring you repeat business. You want to include them in on that. I think it's a great way to kick off the holiday season.
Yeah, it shows your appreciation and it's really healthy for you. So what's a better win-win than that, right?
Exactly.
That seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So, well, good. Well, let's jump into some of the best practices. Now, this is going to be something that might be a little bit new for a lot of you out there, but we wanted to build something that was really simple, really easy to remember, but ultimately could give you the best value on the videos that you're sending out. And so we started calling this the STEP method for a couple of reasons. One, this is actually the first step you're going to take right before you record any video. So regardless of if you've been doing hundreds of videos and have been with us for years, or you're just looking into this for the first time, these are great 4 easy things. Now, the reason I love this is because it's also an acronym, right? So it makes it super easy to remember. So the S here in STEP is smile. Now, it seems like a no-brainer. It's one of the easiest things to forget, right? It's so easy to just be like, oh, shoot, and then you're recording your video. Basically, what we want you to do is smile at the beginning, smile at the end. Just like we were talking about all these physical things with gratitude, where a smile is received in your brain actually makes it infectious. It is hard not to smile back when somebody smiles at you, right?
Well, and if you've ever done sales training on calling, that whole smile before you dial thing, it really does. It changes your demeanor.
Totally.
And we give you that countdown when you press record. So you get that 3, 2, 1, and then it flashes. So when you press that record button, you have a couple seconds to take a deep breath and smile so that you're not surprised that all of a sudden it's recording and you have to turn on the smile.
And then you have to re-record because the first frames are weird faces. I've been there, I've done that. But so that's the S, smile. Really simple and easy. The second one is time. Basically what we want to address on this is don't send out a 10-minute video. Don't send out a 5-minute video. In fact, most of the time, don't send out a 3-minute video. We all have this kind of internet ADD right now, right? Where we're all thinking about the next thing. Well, in order for you to get the best results and the best views on your videos, we want to keep them nice and short. So a general rule of thumb, and this will be great with all the holiday videos you're doing, is keep them under 60 seconds if you can. BombBomb does put that little banner on the animated preview at the beginning that tells people how long the video is. And we do that on purpose because we know people will watch a 45-second video when they're not going to watch that longer video there. So just keep them nice and short. That's the general rule of thumb with time. Third one here is eye contact. Now, when I've told people this before, they always laugh. And they're like, but I'm not actually talking to anybody. Well, you are talking to somebody. There is somebody on the other end of that video that's watching this. So the difference is, and I always use this as an example, instead of watching myself on the screen like this, look at the camera lens, right? So some of you might be pros at this already because you've been with us for a long time. But if you haven't, This will be a really good muscle to build in looking at the camera. It helps build that eye contact. That's really what shows that gratitude, that emotion, all the things that we talk about in video.
Well, and when the recipient watches it back, if you're looking right into the camera when you record it, they will feel like you're looking them right in the eye. If you saw what Kevin did there when he was showing it, if you are looking at yourself on the screen when you record your video, when someone watches that back, your eye line will be down, and sometimes they will actually be wondering what it is that you're looking at. And you know, if you need some help with this, I have actually had clients tell me that they will put a piece of paper or a manila folder over their screen when they're recording to keep them from watching themselves because it's such a hard habit to break.
Well, and kind of the second level of this too is when you are watching yourself, unfortunately, we pick out those things we don't love about ourselves on the video. So it brings up some of those insecurities and that vulnerability. It's not going to help, I promise. So the more you can look at the camera, the better. And last but not least here is personal. Now, obviously, this means we want you to be personal in the videos. We're obviously huge on one-to-one type videos, that video enablement that we speak of all the time. But a great other trick is use the notepad. Use a sticky note like I've got here. Use a whiteboard. Write somebody's name on that if you're doing a one-to-one video and personalize it. Because not everybody's going to click play right away on that video when they open the email. Heck, if they see their name on there and they know it's for them, it's pretty hard to resist that, knowing you're getting a video that's specifically for you.
Absolutely.
So that's it. Really easy. Just think about those couple things right before you hit the record button. The beauty of that is now you take all the pressure off when you're recording and you just focus on yourself. Focus on the value that you're giving to that client.
Which that is a perfect lead-in to our very first holiday strategy for videos that you should send over the holiday season, which this first one is one of my absolute favorite. And this is sending a personalized holiday video. Now, I know that Steve sent out the deep dive, Steve Passanelli, earlier this month, really challenging you guys to do this, to send out personal holiday videos rather than just doing something to check the box.
Totally. I think in a lot of the industries we work with, real estate, mortgage, auto, you guys have plenty of things to do. And so there is that tendency to be like, awesome, I got it done, I got it done, I got it done. But are you being as effective with those as possible? And what's great about these is this gives you the opportunity to make a deeper impact on somebody and not just send the card just to send the card, but how do you start to create those conversations?
Well, one of my favorite things about sending video for holidays, and if you've heard me talk about this before, I hit on this over and over and over again. When I, as a consumer, get a holiday card from anyone I do business with, it's not that it doesn't matter. I appreciate it, but it's one-way communication. Right? If I want to engage with them, right? If I get a holiday card from someone that I do business with and I want to engage back, it takes a lot of steps on my part as a consumer, right? If you're my lender and you sent me a holiday card and I want to engage back with that, do I really have the time to go get a holiday card, sit down, write out the message, get a stamp.
Find a stamp
somewhere,
right?
Find a stamp, right? I certainly don't have stamps laying around, and then engage back. But when you send a video, it creates an opportunity for connection, which is really what video is all about. The goal of video is never just to send video. The goal of video is to connect with people more often and more effectively, because when we connect, our businesses grow and thrive. And so if I get a holiday video from you, it's easy for me to hit the reply and be like, oh, you know what? Happy Thanksgiving to you. Thank you so much. It was great to see your face. I miss you. Or we even have clients that will bring their whole family into the video and engage that way. So this is a strategy for doing personalized holiday videos. And we're going to show you how to scale this in a few different ways.
So one of the great ways, and we'll go ahead and even show you this example. This is Laura Anderson. Her and her husband have been with us for years, are absolutely wonderful and have so much fun. And that's what I want you to focus on more than anything when you watch this example. But what's great is we're going to show you how you can actually record these and time block to do this and then schedule it to go out. I don't want you sitting there on Thanksgiving morning, Christmas morning, whatever it is, recording videos to your clients. That doesn't make sense for anybody. So we're going to show you how you can actually schedule this. So let's watch the video first and foremost, just so you can see a fun example of this, and then we'll show you kind of the nuts and bolts of that.
Hey, good morning, Tina. Laura here with my fun little thing on from Christmas. And I'm going to sing you a Christmas song. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Oh, we love Laura.
She's just the best. And the ukulele skills, I mean, she's amazing. So what's great about it is we talked about, we'll show you how to schedule it as well, but I do want to show you that we provide a lot of templates for you as well for these kind of different things.
Yeah.
You can see Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you guys celebrate, we want you to feel comfortable. And BombBomb gives you that edge jumping into this. We don't want you to have to become a graphic designer to be able to send out emails.
Yeah.
So know that. This is not a 5-hour project that you have to jump into. We're going to give you some head starts with these templates as well.
Yeah, and our design team actually builds out and puts in new templates for every single holiday, and not just the major ones, even some of the minor ones. So what I'm going to do here is we are going to jump into my BombBomb account so that we can show you guys exactly where you can actually access these templates and how you can schedule them, because we do get this question from people from time to time, is that I know you have templates, but where are those templates even located? So I'm going to share my screen again. I clicked over into my BombBomb account so that we can show you exactly where to grab these templates. So,
and we're in the emails tab.
Yeah, so we're in the emails tab. When you open up your BombBomb account, it usually sticks you onto the dashboard, but if you go and you click onto the emails tab, this is where you're going to be able to access all of those templates. So now, from here on the emails tab, when I click new email, it's going to take me into the email composer so that I can build this email. Now, over here on the left-hand side, it should say change template as soon as you go into the composer. When I click on change template, it's going to bring up all of my templates. So I have BombBomb templates in here. I have templates from other accounts. But if I go here to holiday, you're going to see all of those holiday templates, starting with right up at the beginning of the year with Happy New Year. We've got Thanksgiving ones, and we go all the way through the end of the year. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab this Happy Thanksgiving template. I'm going to choose it. It loads it right here into my account. Now, you have a couple options here. If you haven't recorded a video yet, you can actually record it right in here from this template. You would press that record button. It's going to pop up our recorder the same way that you're used to recording a video in QuickSend or in Gmail or Outlook, everywhere. Now, if you've already recorded the video, maybe you went outside and did it in front of a Christmas tree, you could choose that video from your library. So I'm just going to choose a video here. I'm just going to choose this one right here. Pop it into the video. You can see the timestamp there. You could type in a quick holiday message, and then here's the fun part: schedule, schedule, schedule. The benefit to doing this ahead of time is that you can really set yourself up for success. You can time block. I think Steve in the deep dive challenged you guys to do 5 a day for 3 weeks so that 75 people are getting a personal holiday video. Now, you're a little bit late for Thanksgiving on that one, but you can still record a bunch and send them out. But even for the holidays coming up in December, whatever you're celebrating, whether it's Hanukkah or Christmas, you can still time block ahead of time. So I've got my video in there. I've got my Thanksgiving template. I've typed in my message. So I'm going to go up here to send. And this is where...
Don't let that scare you.
Don't let it scare you, because we get this all the time. Cynthia, you do have the holiday templates inside your account. You absolutely should have them, okay? So the way to schedule an email is you go up here and you click on the send. And this is where it's going to give you the opportunity to put in either the email address or a list. Since we're teaching you and encouraging you to do one-to-ones, you type in your email address. And then down here is where you schedule. So many of our clients did not even know you could schedule because the immediately is checked as the default. But if I click on this schedule button, it's going to give me an option to pick a calendar. I can pick any date at any time. So in this case, since Thanksgiving is on the 28th, I want it to hit their inbox on the 27th. And since I know that most people check their email first thing in the morning, if I schedule this to hit their inbox at 5 a.m., that means that when their alarm goes off and they're bleary-eyed and they check their email before they get up to put the turkey in the oven, my email is going to be at the top of the inbox and they're going to see it right away.
And what better way to start your day than with a video from you, right? I mean, it's such a great way to wake up. Speaking of that gratitude and that feeling good and starting your day on a good energy, amazing to have it that early.
Yeah.
I love that.
So we've showed you where to grab a template and how to schedule out so that you have the ability to do those personal holiday videos and not just check a box and say, okay, I said happy holidays to my sphere.
And Bruce, I did see you chat in a question a little bit ago. Can you do this from the mobile app? You can. You are able to schedule emails from the mobile app as well. And in fact, our design team actually rotates the templates through our mobile app as well. So you will have the most recent upcoming holiday templates like the Merry Christmas, the wonderful Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, those sort of things. You will be able to select one of those for that sending on your mobile app as well. So go ahead and choose email, and then you'll see the design options and the scheduling options at the bottom there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great questions. All right, this leads us on to our very next option here, which is our client appreciation events.
How many of you guys are doing client appreciation events? I'm sure you could all chat in right now and say you're hosting something. I know we see a lot with holiday galas or pie giveaways, or I've been seeing a ton lately with Frozen 2 screenings, right? Since that movie's coming out, such a great family-friendly movie. Well, that's amazing. How much time and energy and money do you put into those events? A lot, right? I mean, those are big effort events that you're putting in. Well, one of the hard things about it is I have so many clients, we have so many people that do that, send out an invite, and then don't even hear back from half the people, right? So they don't have the opportunity to get these people to this thing that they've worked so hard on. So what we want to show you here is not only how you can invite people to it, how can you build that excitement by using video, but how can we take out those hurdles for them to be able to sign up really easy, right? So first and foremost, this is Clifton Saunders. He's a mortgage lender. And he does, it's just so fun. I don't even need to say a whole lot about this video. You can watch it and get a gist of kind of what he does for that invite to build that excitement with his clients.
Oh, hey, watch out, watch out. I need to move. I need to speak to some people back here. All my past clients and all my real estate partners, we're having an event next week, and I don't want them to forget about it. Like I said, our real estate event next week, guys, we don't want you to forget about it. It's our first annual real estate party, and we're inviting each and every one of you out there to come.
My favorite part about that is picturing the person underneath
holding up
the
owl. You know, video for invites is so effective because human emotion is contagious, right? We all know that. You know, you walk into a room, you can feel the excitement if people are laughing. If you walk into a room and people aren't excited, we know the phrase, you could cut the tension with a knife. You can feel emotion. So when you want people to get excited about the event, you want them to feel that emotion. So video for invites is really, really effective. Plus, we know that it gets a higher click-through rate.
Absolutely.
Which leads us to the forms. So one of our underutilized BombBomb features that I wish more people were leveraging are our BombBomb forms. Now you can use these for lots of things. Our real estate clients use them for open house sign-ins sometimes, or anyone who's doing social media marketing. A lot of our clients use them for actually doing lead capture on social media or class, sign up for a class. But you can use these as RSVP forms.
Absolutely, right? And this is what you're talking about taking out the hurdles.
Yeah.
If we make too many steps for somebody to say, yes, I want to come, tell me more about this, it gets a little bit tough, right? They're not going to do it. I think especially in this holiday season, we're not at a shortage for events and things to go to. It's all about picking what are the things we're most excited about that we want to go to. And so if we can build that excitement and then make it really easy for them to sign up, it's a huge win. Now, I built this example one in my account. It honestly probably took me about 5 to 10 minutes. It doesn't take long. I was able to personalize what fields of information do I want. You can see I even built a drop down for pick your flavor. So we give you different options of they can type in information. You can ask how many people are coming. If you're doing a dinner, you can ask which meals do you want, those sort of things. There's a lot of flexibility within these, but it makes it so easy. It's basically a 20-second solution for them to sign up, click submit, and now we start to collect and build that list for you so that you've got a nice organized way to monitor who's coming and who's not coming for that.
Well, and Alexa and Mandy in chat there did throw the support article into the chat window for how to build forms, but every single piece of these is customized. Now, the other thing that I want to encourage you to pay attention to with both a mass send for a holiday invite for whether it's the breakfast with Santa or the pie pickup and then the forms is pay attention to the tracking, right? If you're spending the time to send out an invite to your entire past client to invite them to come to the pie giveaway or the breakfast with Santa, and you're not seeing the engagement you want, well, go pay attention to the tracking.
Yeah.
You know, if you see people on that list that maybe didn't reply or didn't open the video, this gives you the information that you might need to reach out to them in a different way. And you have all of that insight because of the tracking we do. So don't just send and again feel like you've checked the box. Go back, take a look at the tracking and see, are there people on that list that you think really should be there or that you know would probably want to come? Great, you have the insight to know that that first invite maybe had been buried in their inbox or maybe they didn't see it, and use that information to go back and retarget.
One of the amazing ways that I've told people to use this for these signups and things as well is not every one of our clients is going to be the most tech savvy person in the world, right? So what if we see we've got a handful of people that hopped into the email, clicked the sign up form, but didn't actually fill it out? Well, I don't want to leave that to chance, right? That's an amazing reason to reach out with a call,
phone call,
or follow up with them and say, hey, you know, I sent you that client appreciation event. I saw that you guys weren't able to get signed up yet. Wanted to make sure you didn't have any trouble with that or had any other questions that I could answer for you, because we'd love to see you there. It's really great. And this is great for you because it saves you time. It helps you be efficient with what you're doing with your time and how you're following up with people as well. So great on so many different levels, from that large send to build the excitement to, again, making it really easy for them to sign up with the forms.
All right, now this last strategy is one of my absolute favorites. So let's talk about this idea of being your digital holiday mayor.
Now, that sounds really fancy, right? It sounds like, oh man, how can I pull that off? Well, really the idea of this is we want you guys to be the source of information for your clients. There's a lot of different places they can go to get information, but especially during this holiday season, I think that's why we love this so much. Think about how many different things are going on in your city, in your town, in your area during the next month, the next 30 days. How amazing is it if you don't have to plan those things, but you can still benefit from building the relationships through those, right? Saving all that energy, saving all that time. Well, that's exactly what this idea is built around, is can you be the source of the value and the information? So what I did in this example that I built, and again, I used one of our templates already. I didn't have to build that. As you see the entire email, this whole email took me about 15 minutes to build. So it was not an all-encompassing, take my entire afternoon kind of thing. But what I did is I Googled and searched what events are going on in Colorado Springs, which is where we're located at. And I listed those out for my clients. I'm building a resource for them to know what kind of events, what things they can pick and choose from throughout the city to build that excitement. Now, instead of having to go to Google for them to find it or finding all these different websites and searching, I am providing value, 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 value. This is not about you as much. It's more about here's information for you. And then I literally just popped out and recorded a quick video for it. I want it to be personal. I want them to know I'm going to be attending some of these events and some of those sort of things, and build the email from there.
So let's check out Kevin's example video. This is such an effective way to make sure that you are positioning yourself at the top of people's minds around the holiday season, as well as, again, the value piece. And what I love, you and I were talking about this before we started, what I love about any of these holiday sends around the holidays is that if you're doing a good job at staying top of mind at the points in time when people are going to be with their family and they're going to be with their neighbors, this means that your name is more likely to come up because you have just provided some value. They've just seen your face. So if I'm, with my neighbors doing our annual gingerbread house building competition, and one of my neighbors happens to mention that they've been thinking about listing the house because they want to get the kids into a different school district for next year. I just saw your face as my real estate agent, or whatever it is that you're doing for your business where you're looking to get those referrals and you're looking to build your network of people. If you're staying top of mind at the points in time when people are most likely to be out with their neighbors,
Love
out with
that.
their family, in their community,
Mm-hmm.
then your name is more likely to be brought up. So check out Kevin's example. Such a great way to leverage that mass sending capability.
Hey family and friends, it is Kevin here. Hey, I wanted to send you a quick video because we were actually sitting at dinner last night thinking about what are we going to be doing as a family this holiday season. There's a ton of stuff to do in Colorado here, and realized it's kind of hard to find some of this stuff, right? So I looked it up. I spent a little bit of time this morning and thought, if these are things we want to do, these might be things that are awesome for you and your family as well. So take a look at the list below. You can see I'm actually downtown right here where the Parade of Lights is going to be in just a couple of weeks. We're going to be all bundled up out there with our hot cocoa, having fun. We would love to see you guys there. So reply back to this. Let us know if you're going to be at that. Otherwise, if you have any questions about any of these events, of course, let me know too. I'm excited to help. But we hope you have an awesome holiday.
Well, and you did a great job inviting people into connection, which again is what you want.
Absolutely, right? It's all about, just like what we're talking about with the postcards and the holiday cards and those sort of things, is how do we create these conversation opportunities? How do we create opportunities to actually meet with them? So that's why I thought it was important in that video to mention, hey, we're going to be at this event. We're planning on coming to that. Let us know. We would love to join in that with you. And then you can see below the video here, I literally just typed out what's going on and what are the dates.
Yep.
I didn't get too specific with any of it because my goal is I want them to reach out to me if they have questions. If we can create these conversations, that's a huge win for us because it allows me to provide value. It's not just, hey, here's what your home's worth, right?
Yeah.
Or here's the new cars that I have on the lot right now,
Yeah.
or whatever it may be. We want to be real people. We want to bring that humane side as well.
Yeah. And this was so valuable to me. I actually am going to screenshot this email so that I have these dates available for the upcoming holiday stuff. And Kevin did this right inside of the email composer where we showed you where to grab those email templates and where you can send.
And Amy, I saw you just asked that again. So just to recap that real quick, you go into the emails tab, go new email right at the top to go into the composer.
Yeah.
And then when you click change template, you'll see all the folders with the different holiday emails and some of those sort of things.
Yeah, Mandy and Alexa, can you go ahead and throw back in chat one of those support articles on where you can find templates so that if you missed that earlier, you can grab that support article as well. And it'll walk you through right exactly where to share those templates.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I literally didn't change a thing from the template except add my text.
Yep.
That was it. So it was really just plug
Yeah.
and play for me, really, really easy to
Yeah.
do. So here's kind of my question to you now. I'm going to tee you up a little bit. What do you do after you've invited somebody, right? You've invited them, you've sent it out. Then what do we do? How do we keep that value continue to go out to people?
I love it. So one of the questions that we get with social media all the time is how do I provide value on social media? Because, you know, we know that to be interesting and compelling on your social media, you need to do more than just post business posts, whether you are in car sales, you know, just posting pictures of the cars that you have available on your dealership. It's hard for people to connect with that, right? Or maybe you are a, you know, coach and you're coaching people on whatever it is on their business practices. Just constantly posting articles. Yeah, that's important. You're providing value, but it's hard for people to connect with. So when you are out in your community over the holiday, this is an incredible opportunity for you to post little videos to social media, whether it's Instagram stories, whether it's your Facebook stories, whether it's maybe going live at the holiday parade for a few minutes, or if you're doing charity events, because this is all about connection. The reason why we want you to do video in your business video email is to get face-to-face with more people more often. So leverage the time when you're out in the community and having fun and doing interesting things and share it with your social media audience. Because again, you might not feel like this is providing value in the same way that you put thought into, you know, your content and where you've mapped out your content calendar. But the value really here is in the human piece and in that connection. And when they see you doing things that you're passionate about, when they're excited about, then you're going to encourage more engagement and more connection, because really it's hard for us to connect with pictures of houses or with mortgage rates or pictures of car dealerships or whatever it is. It's that human element, the rehumanizing.
Oh, nice plug.
Right? The humanizing what you're doing is a great way. It gives you something to post on social media. It invites people into the conversation. It gives people to connect, an opportunity to connect with you deeper.
Well, I can even speak true story to something similar to this. My wife and I were sitting at home last Christmas in that kind of season and didn't really have any plans. We're just going to watch a movie, not do anything. And we saw somebody post, hey, we're at the tree lighting ceremony downtown. Well, we live about 5 minutes from downtown. We immediately bundled up the kid, threw our coats on, ran down, and got together and met with these people that were there. If that was a client or a business or a personal relationship, oh my gosh, that builds so much more fun. We've got a great memory. The odds that I'm going to remember you and you're going to be top of mind are going to be huge. In that. So this is Doug Hodgson. He actually is a manager for a car dealership up in Ontario as well. And they host a banquet every year. And he just took the time, you know what, I'm going to send this out to my clients. I'm going to let them know what we do and just show them kind of our whole family here at the dealership.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Tony and I are going to do a quick walk around, introduce you to everybody. This is our potluck Merry Christmas McMaster luncheon. Everybody's super happy. Everybody's super full. I'll flip the camera around and Tony is going to show you some of the food and introduce you to some of the people. Hold on.
How much of a different perspective is that of a dealership than I've ever gotten? Right? Walking in, maybe meeting with somebody that I know. You never see this aspect of it. Well, for me, this builds so much more relationship, so much more trust in that dealership that their employees love it there, right? That they're treated well. It's great to show those kind of opportunities.
Yeah. Well, and you know, as the video company, you know how people do engage with video, whether it's in your emails, whether it's the difference between you sending a warm, heartfelt, happy holiday video message to your clients, as opposed to, you know, a digital holiday card that, you know, you find online for free, or whether it's the difference on social media between, you know, posting static shots of your, you know, business type stuff, whether it's houses or cars or stuff, versus actual video. People engage with video at a much higher rate. It's interesting, it's compelling. 55% of people are watching videos online every day. 74% of online traffic is attributed to video. So I know that maybe if you've never done Instagram stories or if you've gone Facebook Live, it might be a little bit intimidating, but here's the thing. Leveraging being out in the community and doing fun, interesting things takes the pressure off of you, right? If you've never gone Facebook Live before, go Facebook Live at a holiday event, because you don't have to come up with anything to say. You just get to show the excitement.
If you're out volunteering at a charity or something during the holidays, I guarantee nobody's going to be upset about that video. Right? You get to put it on the charity and all the amazing things they're doing. It's not about you, but you get to be a piece of that puzzle. These are great ways to take that pressure off and start to use video in some new exciting ways, which is fun.
All right, so we're coming down to the end here. If you've been holding on to your questions, we will absolutely get to those questions. But just as a recap, we went over the STEP method, which is, again,
smile, time, eye contact, and personal.
Yep.
Write it down. If you didn't already write it down, do it. It's the easiest thing to remember.
Smile, time, eye contact, personal, which is going to set you up for success for number 2, which is personalize and schedule out your holiday videos. Don't just check a box for your holiday messages. Make sure that you're taking an extra minute to make it personal. Put some emotion into it, put some feeling into it, because that's what your business contacts, your sphere, your family can actually connect with.
Client appreciation forms. I mean, it's easy peasy. Build that excitement with the video, send that content out in a way that they want to engage, and then make it easy for them to sign up. And you know what? Because we're building that list, then you can follow up. It helps save you time. It helps get you more people. It makes that time and energy and money that you're putting into it absolutely worthwhile.
And then number 4, be your holiday mayor. Send out that digital holiday mayor. Take a few minutes to find out what's happening in your community. Share that out with your clients. It's an opportunity to provide value. It gives you a way to connect with them, and hopefully invite some of your clients to come spend some time with you over the holidays as you're out inside the community.
Absolutely love it. So what does this mean for you guys? We wanted to actually do a quick poll and kind of see. We love our polls. We love hearing back from you guys. We'd love to hear, as Alicia's pulling this up, what is your favorite idea of these ones? What is the one that gets you the most excited? So was it the personal holiday messages? Was it the client appreciation invites? Or maybe you lost me at pie. I can only think of pie now. I can relate to that. As soon as I saw that picture, I've been thinking about
Oh, we've got a few people we lost at pie. It's all right.
All right, that's fine.
We're at about 30% voted. So if you've scrolling through your email on your phone, take a quick second and just let us know which of these ideas you're most excited about. We want to make sure that we're continuing to provide value for you guys when we show up every month to do these customer webinars. We want to make sure that we're doing things that you guys are going to leverage and are going to be useful in your business. We're at about...
this is great. It is across the board.
I
almost
love
60% voted. We've got people that are loving all sorts of different.
Oh, I love it. Kristen said in chat the forms that she had no idea we have forms and can't wait to use them. That's why it's so fun to show our customers some of the tools that we know are underutilized. All right, well, we're at 60% voted, so I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. If you were a straggler, it's too late. We're going to go ahead and share the results.
You can still enjoy that idea, just we won't know.
So it looks like the winner was 54% with the personal holiday messages. I am so glad you guys are excited about that. Please use that scheduling function. Save yourself some time, but really set aside those few minutes to make it personal.
Well, and in fact, that's kind of the last thing we want to leave you with before absolutely we'll answer questions and make sure we clarify some things there that you guys have questions about. But this is kind of the challenge that we want to put to you guys today is do that. Send those holiday messages, right? Whether it's be scheduling like we showed you today, whether it's just like what Steve challenged you guys to do in the deep dive earlier this month. Send out those videos. If it's easier for you to spend an hour or two and time block and get a bunch done and schedule them, do it. If not, if you like doing a couple every day like Steve challenged, there's no wrong or right. We want you to know that there are options, and I cannot tell you how quickly these personal messages, these thank yous, the song like Laura put out there, one, they're impactful on both sides, but you will be shocked at how they turn to business conversations.
Yeah, you really will.
It's amazing how quickly it gets there. So that's our challenge to you. I'd love to see you do, if you can do the 75 like Steve challenged, do it. If not, make a number for yourself that feels achievable, right? 15, 20, 50. You can pick that for yourself, but we want to see some of that stuff come out.
Okay, so now I know that there may be some of you on here that are still kind of getting their feet jumped into BombBomb. Maybe you don't have a BombBomb account yet. If you've been thinking about it and you want to give some of these ideas a try, here is the best way that you can get started. If you go to bombbomb.com/next steps, you have the option to sign up for a free trial there, or you can also jump right in, get started with an account and start sending out. So on that free trial, you will be a little bit more limited on how many people you can send to. You can do some of those one-to-ones. You're not going to be able to send to your entire list. But if you really want to jump in, we know you're going to see great results from it. There's no question on our part. Last thing, we are going to jump into some questions here. We want to make sure we get your questions answered, but just wanted to do a teaser for December's content coming up.
Well, I feel like we've already kind of teased this a lot. Gratitude and thank you. We are focusing on thank you videos that you can send out. So for the whole month of December, that's going to be our focus. So we're going to be sending out that deep dive email again on December 3rd. So that's going to be next Tuesday. You'll see that with some great stuff from Ethan Butte here. He's going to record some videos and give you some examples. And then Alicia and I actually get to do this kind of thing again on December 17th. So mark that on your calendars, same time as we did today. We're going to be giving you all sorts of different ideas on how you can send thank you videos to, again, build on that gratitude that we talked about earlier.
Yep, exactly. All right, well, we're going to take a look at some questions here, see what we have rolling in, anything that needs to be answered. If you've got to take off, thank you so much for spending the last 45 minutes with us. I have come to love these customer webinars so much because I get to see so many of you in the chat over and over again. It's nice to see you in the chat, but we appreciate your time. We will send out a recording of the webinar. If you're hanging around waiting to get your questions answered, we're going to go through some of these right now. So the first question I see, John wants to know, do the AirPods record better when you are outside? Well, it really depends on where you're at. If you are outside, it's a great idea to use a mic just because it's going to get some of the wind noise out of there. It's definitely going to be a little bit more targeted. I use my AirPods for recording outside all the time. In fact,
I do too,
I recorded prompt training videos yesterday, and I just used my AirPods for them. They work great. We do have some clients that like to have like a little external mic that plugs into your USB. You can do that. Any headphones are fine. I do encourage you that if you are going to be outside, though, it is a good idea to use those headphones. Yeah. You're just going to get the audio is a little bit more targeted.
And it helps a lot. The biggest reason I've used them is with wind noise. Yeah, is when it's outside, even the slightest of breeze, when it hits the phone microphone, you hear that a lot. So the AirPods seem to limit that a little bit more. And same with traffic. I was actually standing on a really busy street when I recorded that holiday one. Yeah. You couldn't hear the traffic hardly at all. So it just picks up your voice a little bit better. Yeah.
Let's see here. Susan said, can I get a copy of the deep dive seminar mentioned a couple of times? So what this is actually our monthly content send. So if you got the invite for this webinar that you registered for, you most likely were sent the deep dive. It used to be our newsletter send. We're calling it the deep dive. So my best suggestion, Donna, or Susan, sorry, would be go into your inbox and search BombBomb, and you should find that deep dive email. It has a video from Steve Passanelli, our CMO, where he's talking about those personal videos. So in fact, we are sending out a deep dive every single month just to give you guys a little bit more insight and strategy into the things that we know are going to help your business.
Well, and the beautiful thing about it is we're always going to be starting to tie this content together. We don't want you to be sending you a great snippet at the beginning of December and then talking about something completely different 3 weeks later. So the webinars, the deep dives, all of that's going to tie together, which is great. Yeah. I absolutely love that.
So Donna wants to know about doing a poll and showing results with our clients via social media or email. Donna, that's a great question, but that would not be a BombBomb functionality. There are certainly companies like I think SurveyMonkey or other things like that you could link into a BombBomb email that would be more of a poll type thing. Like if you wanted to do a fun poll, like what's your favorite kind of pie? You could do that with a BombBomb form, but there are other tools that are better utilized for it. But the best part is that you can simply take that link to any other kind of digital form and then put it right into your BombBomb email.
Yep, I think that's a great idea. And I want to touch on something real quick I just saw on the chat from Barbara. She said, thank you so much. Hopefully I'll have the courage to try videos.
Oh, Barbara.
I love that, Barbara. I love that you're being honest and you're saying, this is hard for me. I want you to know you're not alone in that. There are still to this day, I was literally recording videos last week and rewatched it 5 times and re-recorded it 5 times. We all feel that same way. I want to really encourage you and let you know that we're here for you. We stand by you. We're excited because if you get on there and you do it, the responses you're going to see are going to be amazing. And in fact, I really want to challenge you right now specifically on this, because these one-to-one holiday videos are such a great, safe way to do that. Yeah. We're not asking you to reach out to new leads that you've never met before and try to wow them in a video or anything. Reach out to maybe the top 10 people that know you the best, that love you the most, that feel safe to you, and do it. Just do it. Use that step method and do some of those sort of things. But thank you for saying that.
And Barbara, we know that this is a big struggle for a lot of people. In fact, we did an entire webinar on getting more comfortable and working through the fear of being on camera just a few months ago. And if you go to bombbomb.com/webinar, ladies, if you can throw that in the chat, bombbomb.com/webinar. All of our past webinars are on there so that you can go watch that webinar. I would encourage you to check it out because we built this webinar specifically for people like you and really for all of us that still struggle with working through that fear on there. I saw a question in here that I wanted to answer here. Where did it go? Maybe it was in the chat. It may have gotten answered in the chat there.
I do want to touch base on one here. You can keep looking for that one. With Dave asked about variables and fields and those sort of things. Absolutely, we can use variables from your contact records in your BombBomb account. So you can put contact first name, contact last name. If that is not in the contact, it will just leave that blank. You're not going to see the weird hashtag written stuff there. That is what pulls that variable in. So great way to personalize the subject lines and help with that. And our system will actually absolutely make sure that that's clean and easy for you in that regard.
So Rose in the chat window wants to know about sending video through text. You absolutely can send a video through text. You would do that from the mobile app. So on the mobile app, after you've recorded a video or when you've grabbed a video from your video library, it's going to give you the option of how you want to send it. It's going to say, do you want to send it by email? Do you want to send it by text? Or do you want to send it by social media? Now, you can choose any of those options. If you choose the text option, it's going to take the video, it's going to put it into your native texting function, and then you would just put in the phone number or the contact who you're sending it to. But a couple important things here. Number one, the texting function is designed for one-to-one. There's no mass sending capabilities. We can get into the legalities of that, but our texting function is designed for one-to-one. The other thing here is that the texting functionality is just going to be the video. You're not going to be able to have it templated, because what those templates are, I'm going to get technical here for a second, those are HTML code, okay? HTML is for email. It's not for texting. Texting is SMS. So those templates are not going to transfer over. So it's just going to be the video file, which is fine. I see Adriel wanting to know if can you schedule through text? No, not from the BombBomb functionality. So, but you can text those videos. Just know that it's not going to be branded, and it's just going to be for the one-to-one sending.
Yep. Chuck has a great question here. If using a cell phone to do videos, are there any Bluetooth devices that work to allow you to use like a light ring and stand back from the phone to activate? Absolutely. You can go onto Amazon. You can go pretty much anywhere and search. They sell these great little packages of phone tripods with a remote.
Yep.
So you can literally set it up. There's also little separate light rings that can clip onto the top of your phone that surround the camera if you want to work with some lighting stuff. But that remote allows you to set it up on the tripod, step back to get the framing you would like, and then hit record and stop it as needed with that. In fact, if you're an iPhone user as well, my wife has an Apple Watch. That has the same functionality built in too. She can start and take pictures and do stuff from her phone. So if you have some of those tools, those are easy. Otherwise, I know those tripod remote things are about $15, $20 on Amazon, so you don't have to break the bank to have some of those tools.
Yep. Butch wants to know where he can get his unicorn holiday sweater.
Butch, I'll have to talk to my wife and ask her, because she bought this for me a couple of years ago. But I'll see what I can find. I'll see if BombBomb can release one with holiday unicorns on it or something like that.
Let's see here. I'm looking to see if there's anything else there that we really need to. You know, for the most part, I feel like there's some random one-off technical questions in here, which is where I want to direct you towards our support team. Our support team is awesome. If you have specific technical questions, if you're not sure how to do something and you can't find the resources on our support site, which, by the way, they just threw there in the chat, support@bombbomb.com is the place where you want to email your questions to our support team. They're so helpful. They want to make sure you are empowered. And one of the things that I always say to people, if you are trying to do something like build a form or find a template and it's seeming like it's harder than it should be, if you are frustrated and you're like, why won't this work? Just send us an email or give us a call. Right? I don't want you to spend an hour frustrated by something and then scrap it and say, well, it's broken, I'm not doing it. Call our support team. Yes. Because it might be something really simple that they've seen, 30 times that they can get you up and running in just a matter of a couple minutes. So reach out to our support team. That's why they're there. They want to help.
Yep. I love that. I think that's great. Our customer care team is amazing and they are so helpful, so kind. We don't want you to struggle for too much time. So.
Yeah.
Love that. It's a great note there. So,
all right. Well, I'm just going to take a quick look here.
Yeah, you can totally do that. Who was that question from? There was one, maybe it just got answered. If you want to send a video to yourself, the one thing I would recommend on that is sometimes when you're sending from an email to the exact same email, spam filters and things will trigger. I don't want you to think that that's a BombBomb issue. That's just something with emails directly. So maybe send it to I'm sure you have multiple email addresses. I think I have 5. So send it to a different one just to make sure that actually gets through. But that'll give you an idea of what it looks like. You can play the video and you can also preview these emails before you send them in the email composer. that's the exact same way it'll show up in the email. So that's an easy solution for them
Yeah,
as well.
it'll look the same.
Yeah.
And you know, once you've sent 1 or 2 BombBomb videos, you realize pretty quickly they all end up looking just about the same. They've got your big video thumbnail, your timestamp, your play button. It's about the same over and over and over again. I saw Nancy in the chat there. Nice to see you, Nancy. You're so welcome. Thank you guys so much for your time today.
Absolutely.
Have a wonderful holiday season. I know a lot of us are going to do some traveling and we're going to be with our families for Thanksgiving. So whatever you are doing, have a wonderful holiday. Thank you for being a part of the BombBomb family. And
let us show some gratitude.
Yeah.
We're so appreciative to have you guys. It means the world not only that you're with BombBomb, but that you took the time out of your busy holiday schedule to come hang out with us today. So.
I keep seeing it in the chat. We are sending out a replay. We will send out the replay of the webinar with the support links for where you find the templates, how you can access those forms. And so look for that coming out probably in the next day or so is usually when we get that out, okay?
Yep.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a wonderful week. We will see you guys next month.
Yep, December 17th. We'll see you there.